Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar, and this is Big Discussions 76, Science and Technology. First of all, please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel if you see fit. Also, please consider joining the Big Words LLC Newsletter. In addition to being a YouTube content creator, I'm also a writer with two blogs and a book project in process. Well, all it's a busy week thus far. It's been a busy couple of weeks, and this morning, this morning I thought about two things I learned from my science training, um, but I think they're universal. One of them is if you don't do something right on the first if you don't do something right the first time around, you're going to have to end up doing it again. And then um, it's yeah, if you're when you spend time on things that you don't need to be spending time on, you're wasting time. I think I'll just say that. Yeah, if you're spending time doing things that you don't really want to be doing, or that you're not passionate about, or that's not helping out your overall vision, then yeah, you got to figure out how to stop because you're just wasting time and using bandwidth. In any case, yeah, it's been a busy couple of weeks. There's a big movie coming out, Wakanda Forever, on Friday. I'm mentioning it here because that has a huge science component, at least the way the story was before they've decided to do whatever it is that they're doing with it now. It had a huge science component. I think it will continue to have a huge science component. Who are they directing that towards? Take a look at the Target commercials and all the marketing surrounding the film. But I made and I mentioned this here on this channel before. I made a, I'm making a series of videos discussing what was good about the first, those first batches of Marvel movies. One of them was entitled Tony Stark and Bruce Banner's Science Projects. The link to that is in the description box below. I just made another video last night on the storytelling regarding those first batches of Marvel movies. If you're into comic books and if you're into this type of thing, you might find those interesting. Okay, science. Today's science discussion. I was thinking about having a guest um, who was knowledgeable on propane gas as an alternative fuel source. Me and this gentleman were in discussions over the weekend or toward the end of last week, but with two busy people, things can fall through the cracks. So he and I may um, meet up again in the near future to talk about that. And then I have something planned towards the end of this week to talk about someone who has done research on the effects of diesel exhaust on human health. So look for an interview towards the end of this week, towards the end of this week, and let's keep our fingers crossed that everything goes through. But in the meantime, I have an article. It's a short article. It's going to take us back into outer space. So there's a lot happening in the world right now. We've got elections, we've got wars, we've got changing climate, we've got all kinds of societal issues. But what happens if this were to all go away? What would happen if there was a major extinction event that's touched upon in Avengers: Age of Ultron as well? What if some asteroid or meteorite came out of nowhere and hit the Earth's surface and just um, caused all life as we know it to cease? Would gender wars and Supreme Court decisions and presidential and congressional elections and would would all of that be important at that point? Sometimes it's important to look towards the stars to gain some perspective on what's happening here on the Earth's surface. There's a little bit of philosophy there. All right. This article is entitled, and this is a short one, so you're not going to listen to me read for an hour. This one is entitled, and I did one a couple of videos ago on the NASA DART project, but this one was sent to me via Google on my smartphone, which sometimes isn't so smart. No, my Google Pixel 6, that's a good phone, but I'll just leave that there. It does what I need it to do. Okay, this article is entitled, let me see if I can blow this up for myself. All right, this article is entitled Planet Killer Asteroid Hiding in Sun's Glare Could Smash into Earth one day. Asteroids of this size are big enough to cause mass extinction events. This was written by Ben Turner and it was published 4 days ago. So there's the associated image that I'm sure that's an artistic depiction of it. I'll probably use that for the thumbnail. Yeah, see, an illustration of an asteroid streaking toward Earth. The asteroid that hit Earth about 66 million years ago triggered a tsunami with mile high waves. So I think that's the one that caused the dinosaurs to go extinct, if you believe in that. So this article reads as follows. A planet killer asteroid that is hiding in the glare of the sun has finally been detected, and the giant space rock could smash into Earth one day. The 0.9 mile wide, parentheses 1.5 kilometers, potentially hazardous asteroid named 2022 AP7 is it's one of several large space rocks that astronomers recently discovered near the orbits of Earth and Venus. Currently, 2022 AP7 crosses Earth's orbit while our planet is on the opposite side of the sun. But scientists say that over thousands of years, the asteroid and Earth will slowly start to cross the same point close together. I think I'll be gone by then, thereby increasing the odds of a catastrophic impact. The asteroid, discovered alongside two other near Earth asteroids using the Cerro Tololo Inter-American Space Observatory in Chile, was described in a study published September 29th in the Astronomical Journal. So far, we have found two large near Earth asteroids, NEAs, that are about 1 kilometer or zero point 0.6 miles across, a size that we call planet killers. Lead study author Scott Shepard, an astronomer at the Carnegie Institution for Science in Washington, D.C., said in a statement. Planet killer asteroids are space rocks that are big enough to cause a global mass extinction event through the chucking up of dust into the upper atmosphere and the blotting out of the sun's light if they were to smash into Earth. To find asteroids, the astronomers trained the Cerro Tololo Victor M. Blanco 4-meter telescope's dark energy camera on the inner solar system. The sun's glare makes observations impossible for most of the day, so the researchers had just two 10-minute windows of twilight each night to make their observations. Only about 25 asteroids with orbits completely within Earth's orbit have been discovered to date because of the difficulty of observing the glare of the sun, Shepard said. There are likely only a few NEAs with similar sizes left to find, and these large undiscovered asteroids likely have orbits that keep them interior of the orbits of Earth and Venus most of the time. NASA tracks the locations and orbits of roughly 28,000 asteroids, following them with the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS, an array of four telescopes that can perform a scan of the entire night sky every 24 hours. The space agency flags any space object that comes within 120 million miles, or 193 million kilometers, of Earth as a near Earth object, and classifies any large body within 4.65 million miles, or 7.5 million kilometers, of our planet as potentially hazardous. Since Atlas was brought online in 2017, it has spotted more than 700 near Earth asteroids and 66 comets. Two of the asteroids detected by Atlas, 2019 MO and 2018 LA, actually hit Earth, the former exploding off the southern coast of Puerto Rico, and the latter crash landing near the border of Botswana and South Africa. Fortunately, those asteroids were small and didn't cause any damage. NASA has estimated the trajectories of all the near Earth objects beyond the end of the century. Earth faces no known danger from an apocalyptic asteroid collision for at least the next 100 years, according to NASA. But this doesn't mean astronomers think they should stop looking. In March 2021, for example, a bowling ball sized meteor exploded over Vermont with a force of 440 pounds, or 200 kilograms of TNT. Even more dramatically, a 2013 explosion of a meteor above Chelyabinsk, Russia, generated a blast roughly equal to around 400 to 500 kilotons of TNT, or 26 to 33 times the energy released by the Hiroshima bomb, and injured around 1,500 people. Space agencies around the world are already working on possible ways to deflect a dangerous asteroid if one were ever headed our way. On September 26th, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, spacecraft redirected the non-hazardous asteroid Dimorphos by ramming it off course, altering the asteroid's orbit by 32 minutes in the first test of Earth's planetary defense system. China has also suggested it is in the early planning stages of an asteroid redirect mission by slamming 23 Long March 5 rockets into the asteroid Bennu, which will swing within 4.6 million miles, or 7.4 million kilometers, of Earth's orbit between the years 2175 and 2199. The country hopes to divert the space rock from a potentially catastrophic impact with our planet. So there's a bio of Ben Turner, who wrote this. I'm going to leave this article in the description box below for those of you who want a copy for yourself. These types of articles are interesting because it just informs us of what's out there, and what NASA and other space programs are working on around the globe. But once again, I think these are reminders that I don't know how important are the things that we're arguing and deliberating over. How important are those things in comparison to um, what's outside the orbit of our planet? Something could come from out of nowhere and end everything as we know it. So it's interesting, and it's important to think about what's happening in outer space. And if you know young people in your circle who have an aptitude for these things, these are career fields for those who have the aptitude and the desire for STEM training. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. Once again, please like, share, and subscribe if you want to donate something to the channel. That information is below in the description box. And also, please consider joining the Big Words LLC newsletter. And thank you to everyone who supports this channel and who continues to watch, even though sometimes you don't know what I'm talking about or why I'm talking about it. So, with that, everyone, until the next upload or stream, stay safe out there. And as always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Take care, and I'll talk to you the next time. Bye bye.